Okay, let's get this done nice and quick because I need to be dashing out soon. Looking forward to tomorrow's meeting against the Mildenhall Fen Tigers. Just wanted to have a quick look at what they're saying on their website, and then we'll have a look at the Bandits website. So first up, here's the Mildenhall Fen Tigers website, and they're on a little tour of the north. They're going to Armadale tonight and then Berwick tomorrow. Mildenhall Fen Tigers, proudly sponsored by Manchett's Rescue and Recovery, return to the scene of their glorious 2021 National Development League title clinching victory this Friday, the 17th of June, when they take on Armadale Devils as part of a two-match Northern tour with Berwick Bullets awaiting on the Saturday evening. The trip north of the border and then just marginally back over it again. Berwick, who used the town's football stadium as their track, famously being actually in England, though Scottish in most respects, sees all injury concerns now cleared up, with Sam Beebe back and reserve parent of Luke Muff and Josh Warren recovered from the crashes suffered in the Fen Tigers' only away match to date. There is an omission, though, from the side which lost at Leicester in that last match. James Shanes is absent as he is competing in the World Long Track Championship with the first Grand Prix in that series in Rzeszów, Poland, this same weekend. The team management pairing of Malcolm Vasey and Jason Gardner have picked horses for courses in their selection of two guests for the respective matches at Armadale and Berwick, as Gardner explains. We've studied closely all the options for the guest facility we have due to James being away representing GB in World Championship duty at Armadale on Friday. We've plumped for the experienced Scotsman Greg Blair, who scored paid 12 when he appeared for his 2022 National League side, Berwick, up at Armadale earlier this campaign. And at Berwick on Saturday, we've also gone for experience by choosing Danny Phillips, who, in the return fixture for Armadale at Berwick, scored 8 points and has shown his mettle around the large racing bowl at Shielfield Park several times over the years. Armadale have had a difficult start to their season, which, with question marks hanging over the future of their track in West Lothian, home two of the senior side Edinburgh Monarchs, could be the last held at the venue just outside the capital city that's staged Speedway since 1997. I say it's more than just outside. It's a good 25-30 minutes along the road, and are on the foot of the current development table after 4 matches, all of which have been defeats, including 2 at home. For a second away match in a row, the Tigers find themselves coming up against a pair of brothers in their opponents' ranks. For the Thompsons at Leicester, now read the Millers, Gregor and Lewis, who hailed from Falkirk in Stirlingshire and are in their second seasons with their home county side. Also, a home-produced Scot is the Devils' vastly experienced number 1, Willie Lawson. GB under-18 champion all the way back in 2005, Lawson made a comeback to the sport with Edinburgh Monarchs, and nearly a decade away in 2018 has moved across the Armadale side for 2022. Alongside the elder Miller brother Gregor and Danny Phillips, there is a solid top end of the Devil side, who are a manlight and using right the replacement to cover for George Rothery, who was named in their squad for this campaign, but has recently walked away from the sport. And that's a great shame, because I think Rothery certainly does provide a lot of entertainment. But you could tell how much he was better suited to the Shielfield track than he was the Armadale track. Bassey and Gardner's charges will go into the match on Friday full of confidence, knowing that only huge injury misfortune at Leicester, losing Warren with an ankle and Muff with a neck, on top of being already without Beebe with a back injury, prevented the Fen Tigers from taking points from their first and actually only to date away match of their, I like this term, embryonic 2022 season. And fresh in their memories will of course be the thumping 56-34 win at Armadale last October, which clinched the Fen Tigers' 5th league title. Jason Edwards scored a magnificent page 17 that day and is in absolutely sparkling form this term. Jason captains the Fen Tigers in the absence of the long-term injury victim, Ryan Kinsley, who's recovering from an operation to reset his broken collarbone. And I've no doubt that the Fen Tigers will go really well around Armadale. It's, you know, it's a tight, small track, not as small as theirs at Rest Row. I went there at the end of last season to see Berwick get hammered there. To be honest, I didn't stay to the end. There was a very bad crash. It took an hour to get going. I knew I'd got a long drive across country to the other side to Gloucester, so I left early in order to get there in daylight. It still took 3 hours. Anyway, moving across country from West Lothian into the Borders takes the Fen Tigers to Berwick on Saturday evening for the second leg of their Northern Tour. Last season, Mildenhall went closer than anyone else to denting the Billets' 100% home record in a season when the Berwick side led the table all the way up until the final week of the campaign, when of course they were overhauled by the Tigers. Without both Jordan Jenkins and number 1 Edwards on their visit in July, it was an incredible effort by the visitors on the notorious difficult large Berwick. No, you've got that wrong. It's your track which is notoriously difficult. Berwick, no problem. You just need one of you don't need a Jarrah or a GM. You need one of these special FAF engines. As different as it could be in size and shape from their own West Road track. You're right there, but the notoriously difficult track isn't Berwick, it's yours. Going into the final heat, leading by 2, only to suffer a sickening 5-run reverse, courtesy of the hosters Kyle Bickley and Luke Crown, and having to settle just for what proved, of course, to be a vital bonus point. Yes, I watched that match. It was a very good match. Anyway, Bickley and Cran remain the linchpins of a still very strong Bullets team, alongside Greg Blair, who will quickly be moving from compatriot to adversary. Moving in the opposite direction, so to speak, will be Danny Phillips, who was a highly productive guest for the Fen Tigers also last July and is being looked to for a repeat performance. For comeback man Jack Kingston, both destinations on the Northern Tour will be his first time visits. Meanwhile, Alex Spooner has very happy memories of his last trip to Armadale, scoring a sensational page 16 for his 2021 side, the Kent Royals. Luke Muff rode in that narrow defeat for the Fen Tigers, Berwick last year, and has ridden once at Armadale 3 years ago. So how did the vivacious Yorkshireman prepare as part of his rehab from that nasty neck injury for his latest trip north of the border by heading to Scotland to ride, of course? I heard there was an opportunity to ride in a second half up at Glasgow Tigers track. And with no more Mildenhall meeting, I decided to make the 400-mile round trip to take part and blow the cobwebs away. What an awesome track Ashfield is, like Redcar on steroids with big banked corners. The experience will certainly hold Muff in good stead as he and fellow reserve Josh Warren seek to carry on their hugely impressive form as the Fen Tigers themselves aim to get off the mark in this year's National Development League. The match on Friday is at Edinburgh Speedway, Bathgate Road, Armadale, West Lothian, with a 7:30 start time. But Saturday, action starts at 7 o'clock at Sherfield Park. And they've got the teams here for Armadale Devils in riding order. Oh, sorry, no, they put it in alphabetical order. That's really helpful. Thank you very much. Yeah. Josh Embleton, William Lawson, Gregor Miller, Lewis Miller, Danny Phillips, Tom Woolley, rider replacement for George Rothery, Mildenhall Tigers, Sam Beebe, Greg Blair, Jason Edwards, Jack Kingston, Luke Muff, Alex Spooner, and Josh Warren. And for the Bullets, Kyle Bickley, Greg Blair, Luke Crang, Kieran Douglas, Ace Piper, Ben Rathbone, Mason Watson. And for the Tigers, once again, Sam Beebe, Jason Edwards, Jack Kingston, Luke Muff, Danny Phillips is the guest, Alex Spooner, and Josh Warren. Well, they put it in alphabetical order. Anyway, not to worry. We'll not hold that against them, will we? Now then, let's have a look and see what the Bandits are saying. So here is the article by our very own friend of the channel, very good, experienced writer, of course. I was reading a bit of his resume, and he's got a lot of experience when it comes to journalism. So anyway, George Dodds wrote, "Bullets face a familiar threat. Visitors Mildenhall will again use Danny Phillips' track knowledge as they prepare for what many consider to be a dry run for the 2022 battle for silverware with the Grant Henderson Tankers Berwick Bullets. Berwick Acid, but Armadale Devil Phillips was the original National Development League track record holder at Shielfield Park. Last season, he guested in place of Jason Edwards, who was on championship duty with Eastbourne. On Saturday, he will line up alongside the Red Car Bear. Now, this bit is true. Edwards is one of the championship's hottest young British stars at the moment, with a string of big scores for Redcar and as the guest of choice for a number of sides, including a match-winning performance for Leicester against Berwick Bandits 2 weeks ago. Phillips replaces James Shanes, signed by the defending champions to replace the injured Ryan Kinsey, who is racing in the opening long track GP in Poland alongside Bandits duo Chris Harris and Theo Piper. The Middlesbrough-born Devils track record at Shielfield has twice been lowered by Bullet skipper Kyle Bickley, who earlier this week was replaced in Berwick's championship side. I think it would be fair to say that, yes, he's been replaced in the championship side purely because of the figures. Needed to bring somebody in to replace Ty, and in order to bring Jonas Knudsen in, Kyle had to make way, which he's accepted. Although I do have a certain sympathy for being told that, you know, you need to go away and get your confidence up, when in actual fact, it's he's pretty confident at National League level and wanted to show that he was confident at Championship League level by, of course, posting on Facebook that great race and passing of none other than the Cookie Monster himself. Bullets coach Kevin Little, who hopes to have recovered from a bout of COVID to take his place in the pits on Saturday, admitted it hasn't been the usual build-up to a meeting, that's for sure. And I must admit, Kevin was lined up to join us on Tuesday's chat with Dean and Kyle, but he did say that he's just slowly recovering from COVID, but still struggling a bit. So we'll hopefully get him along sometime soon, because it'll be great to speak to Kevin, who he rode for Berwick way back in 1989. Kevin said, "I can emphasize with both Kyle and the club, but with Berwick running two teams, he has found himself in a unique situation. Once race night comes around, he can concentrate on racing. The rest will take care of itself. The battles between Bickley and Edwards are eagerly awaited and promise to be the highlight of what should be a close-fought encounter. In contrast to his patchy championship form, Bickley has enjoyed a phenomenal season with the tabletop-in Bullets, dropping just 7 points to an opponent in 5 home meetings and scoring maximums against Bellevue and Armadale, Armadale, in addition to lowering his own track record to the number of the beast, seconds. The Bullets' success this season has been based on solid scoring throughout the team, with 15-year-old Ace Piper, eldest son of Theo, enjoying an incredible start to his professional career, averaging over 7 points after 6 meetings, despite moving into the main body of the side. Luke Crang and the charismatic Greg Blair, who guests for the Tigers at Armadale on Friday night, having given strong support to their captain, while Berwick born Mason Watson has also successfully made the step up from reserve in only his second season of team racing. I like that word, the charismatic Greg Blair. He's certainly proven to be that, the front man of our live chats. And thought you might, we'll come back to that in a moment. I thought you might like to enjoy a couple of videos, very short videos that he sent me. And here they are. Let's go here. And let's go here first of all. And that one is that. Yes, got them in the right order. So let's come back here and share these with you. Be helpful if I was to share the sound. Yes, there you go. Make sure volume is on. Yes, good. So this is Greg Blair, sent me this video. It's only 5 seconds. And he's been driven around the streets of Jedburgh in a bucket of a forklift truck that's being driven by none other than one of the most famous Scottish rugby internationals of all, and certainly the most famous to come from Jedburgh, Gary Armstrong, who also was selected to play for the Lions, a true border legend, Gary Armstrong. So this is what Bartosz sent me. Now you might wonder, what on earth is he doing in the bucket of a forklift truck? Let me explain. Well, I don't think I need to explain. Obviously, some of you are already saying, well, where's Ollie? Let's see what Bartosz Blair was up to. Oh, sorry, not just Bartosz Ronaldo Blair. He's becoming even more famous. So here we go with his next little clip. This is the town centre of Jedburgh, and the bunting is going up. Hence the reason why he's in his forklift truck. And now let's see, where is Ollie? So let's see if we can find Ollie. He's up in the crane with him. Oh my goodness. That's a good job Ollie isn't afraid of heights. Anyway, sorry, let's get back to the article. But I thought you might like to see what the sort of stuff that Greg sends us from time to time. He's got a brilliant idea for a series of videos, by the way, in which well, I'm not going to steal his thunder. I'll let him explain himself shortly. Although sadly it won't be tonight or tomorrow night, possibly Sunday. Hopefully we can get together at some point to discuss further. Anyway, let's get back to our article. No, I need to click on the button first, because I need to make sure that yes, there we go. And I've stopped it at just the right point, so I can go straight back in with this, with that. Click on that. And here we are back. As I say, we were talking about Luke Crang and the charismatic bunting putting up Greg Blair, who guests for the Tigers at Armadale on Friday night, have given strong support to their captain, while Berwick born Mason Watson. And I think Greg has got Mason lined up to come and have a chat with us, has also successfully made the step up from reserve in only his second season of team racing. Now, Little, who famously rode for all 6 Northern and Scottish clubs, including 2 spells with Berwick over the course of 2 decades, it's no secret. Let's swing that down. It's no secret that the Bullets have some big characters. I like that, Kev. They are some big characters. They certainly are. And get a lot of enjoyment out of their Speedway. But I think that might hide one of the big reasons for their success over the past 2 seasons. And there is Kevin Little talking, obviously, to Mason Watson and Kyle. It looks like he's sort of lining up, you know, something as if he was going to point towards something. I just wonder if he's saying to one of them, "Have either of you got a shotgun? And we'll take out that bloke with the gaudy shirt over there." I'm only kidding. Okay, they turn up ready to race. They don't suffer many mechanical breakdowns, and there aren't bits of bikes or silencers dropping off during races. That's not good luck. It's down to the work the lads are doing away from the track. Wise words from Coach Kevin Little to Kyle and Mason. They are working hard, putting in the hours during the week. In short, I didn't want it to jump quite that much. In short, earning the right to enjoy themselves when the racing begins and reaping the benefits. All 7 riders are progressing, chipping away and earning their success through hard work and commitment to the cause. As with all Bullet standalone meetings, the Berwick promotion has pegged admission at £10, and I think that is very, very reasonable. That's a very fair price. And accompanied children are admitted free of charge on tickets booked online. So if you book your ticket online, then it's free for the kids. And as it says here, Kyle leads Sam Beebe in last year's encounter, pictured by Taz. It's Kyle done like the absolute clappers as usual. And so this is better. This is what we want. We want to know what they ride in, the riding order. Come on, Mildenhall, get your act together. Kyle Bickley, Mason Watson, Ace Piper is now number 3, Greg Blair number 4, Luke Crang 5, Kieran Douglas 6, Ben Rathbone 7. For the Mildenhall Manchets Rescue and Recovery Fen Tigers, they've got Jason Edwards at 1, Sam Beebe at 2, Jack Kingston 3, Alex Spooner 4, Danny Phillips 5, Josh Warren 6, Luke Muff at 7. And there we have our good friend George Dodds. And it's always great to have in great insight into the sport. And one final thing that I thought I might share with you, if I can get it to come up. The weather at Berwick tomorrow at 7 o'clock is a nice cloudy and sunny, 14 degrees, no rain, humidity 55%, wind of 17 miles an hour. Let's hope it's not too sunny, because we don't want the track to dry up like it has done the last few meetings. It does tend to restrict the rider's ability to pass, and we want to see plenty of Greg Blair doing what Greg Blair does. What was that famous quote when he did that sensational move on the 2 Bellevue Aces? I haven't seen Speedway like that since Chris Harris 2 weeks ago. Classic stuff. Okay, we'll catch you all again soon. Take care. Bye for now.